I just had to check in with you guys. I'm not doing a Facebook Live because I don't have a microphone and it doesn't work without an external microphone. But I am I went to the library today. I needed to get a new library card. I use the library card a lot when we're going to museums and things like that to save a little money, especially these days. And I'm just horrified right now at what Victory Park looks like. We've had an issue with that park for a few years, but I don't know that I've ever seen it this bad. And if you're missing a baby carriage, you might find it down there because it seems to be a sea full of baby carriages. I'm just really upset. So I'm walking into the library, and the park is just filled with people that are literally shooting up in broad daylight. There's people stumbling all over the place. It's incredibly sad. It is so sad. But as I'm walking in, there's somebody, a young man, leaning over the railing, vomiting. Unstable on his feet. And I walk in, there's people coming in and out of the library that obviously aren't there to do business. And I'm just thinking, man, when we first moved here, my kids were pretty little, and we came to the library for everything. I mean, as a stay-at-home mom, that was where I met other moms. That's where my kids hung around with other kids. They had a lot, they had story times, they had music days where they would have the instruments, they'd bring animals in. And if I was a mom bringing my little ones here and saw that, I would never come back. I probably wouldn't have made it into the library. My mom used to come with us sometimes, and we would just come down and hang out. The boys did the summer reading program here for years. And I'm just telling you, I would not let them do that now. It is just, I am so sad about the state of our city. I snapped a couple of pictures from far away because I'm not looking for trouble, and I'll put them underneath so you can see, but I'm actually speechless. I am so sad for our city between the constant crime and this. And, we've got a mayor who's out there just taking pictures with frigging bike racks and Dunkin' Donuts cups. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, go look at her page. She's got a picture of herself with a human-sized Dunkin' Donuts cup, because these are the priorities of the city. People are posting all the time about new homeless encampments. We're going to lose more kids on our streets this year to overdoses than we have since 2018. And all that they can talk about is stuff that doesn't matter. It just doesn't matter in the scheme of things. The city is not being managed. It is just sad. People are living sad lives where they just can't fulfill who they are supposed to be, who they're meant to be. I'm looking ahead of me, and there's a whole bunch of people here on bikes, and they're sitting on a stone wall, and they're doing drugs right out here in broad daylight. It's just horribly sad, and I feel so bad for the people that really did buy into the mayor's sunshine and roses routine the last two election cycles, and how she had a plan and it was going to get better, and it's so much worse. And I'm just sorry that you trusted her, and I'm sorry that she lied to you, and I'm sorry that this is the city that our kids are seeing, because I am heartbroken right now. I am heartbroken, not only for the families that can't use the library because of these circumstances, but for every person that is on that lawn, that is addicted, that is suffering from mental illness, we've got severe thunderstorms coming through in a few minutes. Where will they go? Where will these people be? It's just, I am devastated, and I'm just sad, so sad for our city. And the fact that we just don't have any leadership. I mean, there's a couple of aldermen that do the right things, but for the most part, our school board is not looking out for the kids. And our mayor isn't looking out for the citizens, and it makes me incredibly, incredibly sad. And I've just watched the city go downhill so quickly. And I know Joyce's cronies, the people that troll me on here, are going to say, oh, she's at it again, the negativity. Listen, just so you know, my website is still up. The plans that I had for the city is still up. We could have been in a much better place putting those plans into action. I'm not just complaining. I'm frustrated. I presented solutions, and instead she's got her head in the freaking sand, and the city is going to hell. And it's sad. I talk to my kids. My kids don't hang out down here anymore. They go to Litchfield. They go to Londonderry. They don't come downtown Manchester. They don't. There was a police chase through the city at 130 miles an hour. Do you really want your kids driving on Manchester streets when that's happening? Or the shooting right downtown on Elm Street? Like, do you really want your kids down there? Why aren't you more mad? Why isn't everybody more angry? Why aren't you showing up? Listen, I get it. I get that people are so frustrated by the city that they don't show up to speak at meetings. I mean, look at just what happened with the Boys and Girls Club, the piece of land that they're going to buy on the west side where the citizens actually showed up and they said, we don't want this in this spot. This isn't good for our neighborhood. We don't want it here. And they almost unanimously, except for Ed Sapienza, thank you, Ed, you actually listened to the people, voted to put it in there. You have elected people that aren't listening to you. And so you need to make them listen. You need to keep showing up. You need to you have an election next year. You need to not vote them in. She needs to go. She needs to go. I wish she would resign before then and admit that she's in over her head, because, man, I don't know if the city can take another year and a half of her. I really don't. It's bad. This is bad. And I know I sound angry because I am. I am so angry about what I just saw. And I am so sad for the state of our city. We deserve so much better. This city has so much potential. When I moved here because it was a city on the rise. It was never going to be a big city, but it had so much to offer. And one of those things was this library. It had so much. See, I'm right outside the library. If you think I'm not telling the truth, I'm right outside the library. We spent so much time here when they were little. And I'm sorry to the people that live here in our city. I'm just so sorry that this is what it's become. And I understand, but good people that served on our boards, good people that gave a lot of time to the city are selling their homes and moving out. And I understand. But I just think it's sad. And if everybody gives up, where will we be? And I understand people have to make choices for their own families. I totally understand that. I'm not making a judgment for people leaving. I'm not. But some of us have to stay and fight. I just can't stand seeing this happen. All right. Be safe, y'all. Avoid this area. I don't even know. The West Side library closed a while back because of COVID. I'm not sure if it's reopened. If it is, I'll post under here. But yeah, I wouldn't bring my kids here. And I hate saying that.